Thanks for tuning in. You're watching ARIRANG News Break. I'm Handaeun in Seoul. The 2016 general election is now just one day away. With polling stations set to open at the crack of dawn tomorrow, Korea's political parties have a limited amount of time to cement support from the voters. Kim Mo-gyun for us this afternoon.
Voting for the 2016 general election will begin simultaneously at 13,837 polling stations nationwide on Wednesday morning. Eligible voters will be able to cast their ballots between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Election Day. The National Election Commission forecasts that the results could start coming in from as early as 10 p.m. in major districts and from midnight in closely contested areas. 300 National Assembly lawmakers will be elected based on a parallel voting system made up of 253 district representatives and 47 proportional representatives. With time running out to sway the minds of undecided voters, the leaders of Korea's political parties are making one last push. The ruling Saenuri Party is campaigning under the slogan "Work National Assembly" from a dormant National Assembly to a working National Assembly. Ruling party officials have stressed the importance of securing a majority in the assembly to successfully see out the current Park Geun-hye administration, which will end late next year.
No matter how hard we try to do a better job, the Minju Party of Korea, which is dominated by dissidents, is dragging us down and obstructing our national development.
The main opposition Minju Party of Korea's campaign slogan is "The problem is the economy, the answer is to vote." It has targeted up to 107 seats, saying it wants the public to hold the ruling party responsible for the sluggish economy.
Are you going to vote for the party that said it would fix the economy but hasn't changed a single thing for the past 8 years?
The minor opposition People's Party opted for "The problem is politics, it's now time for number 3." Led by business tycoon-turned-politician An Chol-soo, the party has highlighted the need for change, calling on the nation to judge both the ruling and main opposition party. The People's Party is aiming for 40 seats.
To become a member of the National Assembly, there is no need to solve problems. You just have to disapprove of everything. That's why they don't care about stabilizing people's livelihoods.
Given the relatively high early voting rate, the National Election Commission is forecasting a turnout in the upper 50% range, although it does depend on variables such as the weather. 42.1 million citizens are eligible to vote this year, up 4.7% from the last general election in 2012. Kim Mo-gyun, ARIRANG News.
Now on to some news indicating election fever really has captivated young people this year. According to local big data firm Daumsoft, the number of posts on blogs and Twitter about this year's general election topped 11,000 per 100,000 from March 13th to April 7th, about 2.7 times more than in the run-up to the last general election in 2012. The most frequently mentioned phrases were early voting, election campaign, candidate nomination, president, and proportional representative. President Park Geun-hye has urged the incoming lawmakers who will form the nation's 20th National Assembly to prioritize people's livelihoods. During a cabinet meeting held this morning, President Park stressed the gravity of the losses that Korean people and companies suffer because the right bills are not passed at the right time. Her remarks take aim at the current parliament, which has been virtually paralyzed for months over disagreements on bills she says are crucial to revitalizing the economy. The president also encouraged citizens to vote, saying they have the power to create a national assembly that can truly serve the people. South Korea has requested the UN Security Council look into North Korea's jamming of GPS signals in the south. In a letter to the council released on Monday, South Korea's ambassador to the UN, Oh Jun, said North Korea's continual interference with GPS signals in the south posed a threat to civilian transportation, including aircraft and ships, and violated international agreements. The envoy said the signals have been coming from 5 North Korean regions since late last month. He added that the South Korean government strongly urges North Korea to stop its GPS jamming without further delay. North Korea's foreign minister is expected to visit the UN headquarters in New York next week to take part in the signing of the Paris Agreement, a deal on climate change. Lee Soo-young's trip is gaining more attention for other reasons, though, as it'll be his first visit to New York since last month's adoption of the strongest ever UN sanctions against Pyongyang for its nuclear and missile provocations. There's also speculation Lee could seek talks with his U.S. counterpart John Kerry, as North Korea recently expressed a desire for dialogue with the United States. A more likely meeting could take place with UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, as was the case his previous two visits, but the UN has yet to offer any indication of that. Travelers flying out of Korean airports will now be able to take cold drinks they buy in duty-free areas with them when they board the plane. That includes sealed drinks with lids, but not hot beverages such as coffee or tea. Korea's Transport Ministry says items bought after security checkpoints have been cleared for safety and do not need to be prohibited. Previously, travelers faced the inconvenience of having to finish or discard their beverages at the boarding gate. The regulation dates back to 2006 after terrorists attempted to carry liquid explosives onto flights in the UK, but most countries, including the US and Britain, softened their rules soon after. That does it for now. Keep it tuned to ARIRANG for more news throughout the day.